Shalom, family. All praises, all glory, all honor to the Father of lights, Yahweh, through the throne of his servant and his beloved King David. All praises. Hope y'all got to chew on the lessons from yesterday. Going to be going more into that today. We got to hit up chapter 9 from the book of the prophet Nathan. So that's what we're going to be on. We're going to go all the way through it. So this will be our third installment. All right. And I'll begin in chapter 9. Much more to go. All right. So, hope you got your ears on. Chapter 9, verse 1. Now behold, the Lord loved Solomon very much, for the Lord knew Solomon before he was born, and had chosen him to be the son of David the king. For on the day of the conception of Solomon, that is, on the day before the night that the seed of David, which was to be Solomon, entered into the womb of Bathsheba. Y'all know that goes along with, I think it's Isaiah that said, before I was formed in the belly, you knew me. I think that was either David or Isaiah that said that, but proof is right here, right? The Lord has sent Nathan away from the presence of David and Bathsheba immediately after raising them from the dead and giving them a blessing in marriage, all right? So that proves to you that marriage is not no dress from some wedding shop, all right? Wedding is intercourse between a man, a Hebrew man, and a Hebrew woman, right? You enter into her, then you marry, all right? This damn cracker had all of us fucked up. Oh, I'm married, oh, I committed. None of that shit apply to us, man. So, anyway, verse 4. For the Lord had called Nathan the prophet to go and pray. Now, y'all got to listen good now, all right? Don't rush this. Listen good. That's why I'm going through it slow. Verse 4. For the Lord had called Nathan the prophet to go and pray that David and Bathsheba might obtain mercy and favor of the Lord, and that Bathsheba would give birth to a godly seed. Hear that? That's what he wanted Nathan to do. He wanted him to pray, all right, over them for a godly seed. That's what he wanted. Verse 5. Moreover, the Lord was leading Nathan the prophet out of temptation, and that the Lord led Nathan the prophet away from the nakedness of Bathsheba. Nevertheless, and howbeit, that because Nathan the prophet had stretched his hands and arms across the uncovered body of Bathsheba, and the eyes of Nathan the prophet beheld the naked body of Bathsheba, because of this thing, the spirit of power was not presently in the mind of Nathan the prophet. Look, Nathan's still a man, y'all, all right? Wherefore Nathan's remembrance of the Lord's words were very vague, insomuch that although Nathan the prophet knew the voice of the Lord had come and spoken to him and charged him to pray for the child that will be called Solomon, the son of David, even so, Nathan could not remember specific details of what exactly he was supposed to pray for Solomon. This woman had Nathan all fucked up. So now he about to fuck up the prayer, right? Verse 8. Therefore, although the Lord has said to Nathan the prophet to pray that the seed of David and Bathsheba would be a godly seed, Nathan the prophet prayed not for the seed of David and Bathsheba to be a godly seed, but instead, Nathan the prophet prayed in this manner. Now, I just told you what he was supposed to say. This is what he said. O Lord power, I beseech thee, hear my prayer and hearken to the words of your servant. For you know my heart, and you saw me when I saw her, and behold, she is fair. She is a fair sight for the eyes of any man. But because I seen her, I know your spirit is gone from me. For I looked upon her with much lust. Now, Lord, I remember not what you commanded me to pray for, but I know you said, pray for our next king. So, if it be pleasing to you, Lord, then give the child an understanding heart of judgment to discern things with wisdom. Bless him with riches and honor, and if he doeth well with these things, then furthermore give him long life that he may live forever. And Nathan the prophet said, Amen. Amen. And the nigga ain't said nothing that the father told his ass to pray, because Nathan had coochie on his mind. The prophet. That's some cold shit. But hey, I ain't coming down on him now. It's all right here. I'm just reading it as it go. Y'all know what I'm saying? But, man, if he couldn't resist, dude, she had the prophet's brain scrambled. Damn. All right, y'all. More reading to do. Verse 11. It's a long-ass fucking verse. Let me show you how long some of this shit is, man. Y'all see that? Right here. That's all verse 11 up here. See where it say 11 at? All that down there is verse 11. Whew. We got to get through all that. All right, let's go. Wait a minute. Y'all know me. All right. And the Lord said, I have done according to your words, and I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked. For I know that within thy heart thou desirest righteousness to shine forth as bright as thy morning sun. Wherefore I have given thee a second chance of opportunity to exercise certain spiritual gifts and practice perfect prayer. I will heal thy wounded heart, Nathan. Ye need not fear. I condemn thee not. I love you as a child. And even in my wrath ye shall be blessed. So you verily should have asked what it was that I had instructed thee to pray for concerning the offspring of David. If ye had feared not to ask me, I would have told thee again, and then again, even unto 490 times each necessary day. Now, for what I am willing and even ready to do, I must cause earth. Not just gonna fuck y'all up, man. Listen. I must cause earth time to cease, and time shall enter into eternity and be at peaceful rest, and the whole universe as ye consciously know it shall enter the Salahic stage of stillness in movement. I do all of this so as not to slay another seed of David and Bathsheba as before, seeing that neither of them twain could emotionally endure such another great loss. And moreover, I do this for thine own sake, Nathan, for thou hast not prayed for the things that be of the power, but thou hast wrongfully prayed for the things that be of man. Now take heed, Nathan. If I suffer this boy to rule within the city of peace, I must hold thee accountable. And if and when the child grows and leads multitudes of my children away from their first love, you, Nathan, will bear the guilt of all evil in thy conscience. And thou shalt say, it is all my fault. Woe unto me. The whole world hath been deceived, and I am at fault by means of my faulty prayer on the day of the conception of Solomon. But be of good cheer, Nathan, and take heart, for I shall prepare a way of escape. And when the time comes for the earth time to resume rotation, neither David nor Solomon shall connect with one another on the plane of names, and David and Bathsheba both will call the boy Shobab. And this shall serve as a shadow of the Solomonic system of things to come, which my spirit of truth hath taught you. And I am spirit, hence you know of me. And in this way, Nathan, when Solomon is finally born, and when he introduces apostasy onto the whole world, you shall be free from the responsibility of the iniquity of the insurmountable idolatry which proceeded out of the loins of Solomon. And now, at my command, the world of time and ages and all its happenings shall cease. And when these things return again after many days, then I shall give thee great favor with David and Bathsheba, and the twain shall even respect you so much that they call you in to witness the birth of their children from that day forth. And you will watch them name their next son after you in honor of Nathan the prophet. They shall call him Nathan. But this child you shall not write about within the book of Nathan the prophet, because it is expedient that ye are able to maintain a pure heart, even when Solomon is born and grows up and burns up the book of Nathan the prophet. Thou must not have frustration and anger towards Solomon, but must even show him love as well as others. But I say unto you that the child that Bathsheba and David called Nathan will come to mean much to you, and will be your favorite little friend. And as he grows, ye twain shall develop a friendship that you have never before experienced. Now, if you write much about him in the book of Nathan the prophet, then you would take it personal when Solomon destroys your book. And a prophet must have a pure heart towards his enemies. Now, at this point, Nathan the prophet did not interrupt the power, for he now had learned to be still and listen. And the Lord knew that he was simply being silent by choice, and the Lord knew his heart. So he answered him accordingly, saying, Be not troubled about what I said about the time lapse, for it is expediently relevant for you that I do so. For if you had prayed in error, and not even knowing what spirit ye are of, ye have said Amen, and you know that you have dedicated your life to the things that tend toward the power of the faithful spoken word, and you wonder if there is something that I am not telling you. And the truth is, there are many things that I am not telling you, for you cannot bear them now. But the time will come when the real and final Solomon will come and be born, and you, Nathan, must be consciously aware that it was not your fault when he, Solomon, leads everyone under the sun away from the light. Now, this is talking about Israel and Judah. Therefore, I am changing the identity of the seed you prayed for from peace to apostasy, even from Solomon to Shobab, which is given as a sign unto the elect one, and have been made manifest in, by and through the Nathanic prophet in the last day unto the seed of the same, symbolizing how Solomon should begin in peace and end in apostasy. And chance to pray for Solomon. And you, Nathan, can be confident that when it happens, it is not your fault, for you shall have another chance to pray for Solomon. This time keep your prayers short and sweet and from the heart. Wish him countless children. It cannot be said that it was your fault, nor mine. And the Lord asked Nathan if he was ready, and Nathan said yes. And at that moment, the whole earth stood still, and time ceased, And while the sons and daughters of men who were stayed on the earth idle, without movement, like frozen ice, remained in their place, the Lord made 8 great planets with life and breath and bones for every creature on the planet. Let me explain what happened. Nathan fucked up the prayer. So the Most High had to stop time to fix it. And because he got to do what he says, Nathan didn't pray for Solomon to be a godly seed. So because he did that, Solomon was now going to be wicked. So the Most High, the Father of lights, had to stop time. All right? He had to stop time to fix it. And the time lapse was going to cause it to be erased. All the hard feelings and everything from Bathsheba and David and everything that happened, when he started time back up, Nathan, Bathsheba, and David were going to be on a whole different relationship because of the time lapse that they never knew happened. See, to them, it was only a moment in time. It was like going to sleep and waking back up for them. They had no idea the Most High stopped the whole fucking planet and time, and wait till how long he stopped it for. Okay? So, Solomon had to run his course and be wicked and lead Israel off, which he did. And you heard what the Father said. He said, insurmountable idolatry. Solomon did some shit, telling y'all, all right? His wickedness reached heights that we couldn't even comprehend. Well, we're going to comprehend it because we're going to read it. But just want to be sure that y'all got that down, all right? Now, let's proceed. Verse 13. Hold on, y'all. Verse 13. And the Lord said, behold, I see these dwelling places are surely good, very good. And these creatures, I am very glad that I have recreated them. They have love for each other, and I have love for them. Now, the Most High, the Father of lights, stopped time, and in that time, he went and created 8 other planets, just like Earth. Y'all following me? All right. Verse 14, and the Lord said, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish your dwelling place. And when there is no more room in your dwelling place, I will show you another dwelling place for your descendants. And the Lord was with his creations, and he spent one day with one planet, and another day with the next. Howbeit, there was never a planet in his creation that he left, for he was all in all, and as much as he was in all places at all times. Verse 16, now behold, the Lord had made small creatures, giant creatures, and every creature on every planet all shared the same tongues. They all spoke the same language. And the Lord had done this so that he could take a creature from one dwelling place to another planet for a dwelling place, and they could commune with one another. And it was often that power would assemble them together in heaven for a time of sharing differences. Now, they were all of one mind and had no difference in thought, but they had different abilities and were different shapes and sizes. For some were very small but could jump and fly, and others were very large in stature. And power had made different sized planets for his different sized creatures. Now, if I were to measure it by the time scale on earth, listen y'all, more than 82 billion years would have passed here on earth. That's how long the Most High stopped time here on earth. He took a break of 82 billion years to make those 8 planets. All those creatures, all right? Verse 20. And so power had given place for new creatures he had made. And behold, all of their planets were filled, and they wanted their young ones to live in heaven for a dwelling place. But the Lord said no. So all these creatures got together that he created. Everybody was happy. Yeah, hey, yeah. There's, hey, we got a great idea. Why don't we stay in heaven with you? Pharaoh's like, no. Verse 21. For the Lord had reserved a spot for his people. And they said, what people? And the Lord said, I made a promise to some other sheep that I have which are not of this fold, and I always keep my promises. And they said, well, what shall we do? And where shall we stay? We have no more room on these planets because there are so many of us. Shall we go stay with the other people you speak of? Is there room among them? And the Lord says, yes, there is room among them. And be it unto you according to your words. And that instant they found themselves on earth with the power's people. And they said, when we have young ones and we multiply here on this planet, then our Creator will take these people to heaven and leave us on this place. Now, as surely as we have been in heaven, it is a better place than this. Now, look, when you go to Genesis chapter 1, what did he say? What did I teach y'all? Long time ago, before I even knew about this book. Said there was heathens, and then they had the godly seed in chapter 2, right? Well, here it is. What did he tell them? Be fruitful and multiply in chapter 1, right? Well, they got here and they was fruitful and they multiplied, right? So now you caught up. Verse 25. Now, as surely as we have been in heaven, it is better than this place. Now, perhaps if we destroy these little people, then our Creator will give us a place in heaven, because it may be that we can have the place that is reserved for these people. So they want to take our shit. 27. Now, these words came not on the creature's own accord, listen, but that a legion of demons led by Satan, the Diablo, and instructed by Beelzebub, the prince of devils, had deceived the power's creatures. Y'all get it now? Chapter 1, Genesis, told y'all that was the fallen angels bringing them in and saying, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. That's when they did it. Verse 28, for they said, we are legion and we are many, and we would like you to meet our leader. And behold, here he comes now, and he is with our prince. Now, when Satanas approached the power's creatures, he appeared to them in the image of a great red dragon. And the prince Beelzebub followed behind him and said, behold, the great red dragon. Now, power's creatures beheld him, and they said, we see a red dragon, but what is so great about him? For we are all equal unto him, and we are not of the same stature. And the red dragon answered, yes, we are of the same stature, but they call me great because I breathe hot fire out of my mouth. Now tell us, what did they call you? And one of the power's creatures answered and said, there be many of us also, and we could be likened unto legion, because we all share the same name. Our name is Dinosaur. And the red dragon said, can you also breathe fire? And the dinosaur answered, we have never tried, for we have no need of fire and destruction, because we are creatures of peace and not war. And the red dragon spake cunningly and said, yes, we shall all live in peace after that we have destroyed these evil, wicked humans, these people of darkness and sin. And the red dragon began to expound to them a portion of the scriptures, and he showed them the books only which he chose to show them. Now, behold, the red dragon spake to the dinosaur, and he read to them some of the Psalms of David, as he read to them the book of Judges and the book of Jasher. Now, when they were done reading the books, the dinosaur imagined that they would be doing their creator a great favor to destroy the people, and so they endeavored to destroy them. Howbeit, They were not able, because that there were cherubims, the Lord, with flaming swords to protect the power's people. And when the dinosaur approached to destroy the power's people, all of the dinosaur was slew by the cherubims of the Lord with the flaming swords. 39. Now because the dinosaur were one and of one mind, every dinosaur on every planet felt the death of their descendants. And they inquired of their creator, and the Lord shared what had taken place. And the Lord took some dinosaur from the oldest to the youngest. The Lord, Salah. And the Lord took some dinosaur from the oldest to the youngest, chose the Lord to take some from every generation to hold a funeral for a memorial of what had taken place, so that no other dinosaur would ever try to kill a man or a woman or a child. Nevertheless, the funeral was conducted on earth, and when the elders of the dinosaurs saw what had happened to the younger dinosaur, they thought they would take revenge for their younger. Wherefore all of the dinosaur perished. Howbeit, not all perished by the flaming sword. The dinosaur on earth perished by the flaming sword, and all the other dinosaur perished by other plagues. For the Lord knew their minds and hearts, for they were all one. And the Lord had made them to be many, and now they were none. For the Lord made some planets too hot, some too cold, for he moved some too close to the sun, and others he moved away far from the sun. Howbeit, some endured the freezing cold and the melting heat. And because the Lord is good and his mercy endureth forever, the Lord took away the air on all of the dinosaur planets, that they could not breathe, so that they would not live long in pains of freezing and heat, but rather now they would die instantly because of the lack of air on the planets. So that's why these planets ain't got no air on them. Whew. Chapter 10. Well, you know what? Sorry, guys. We already at the end, man. I know. Well, that was a lot to soak in. It's like Marvel Comics, man. It's like a parallel universe. You know what I mean? You ever watch Spider-Man? Where they had 3 different Spider-Mans. It was 3 different Peter Parkers. It was a parallel universe. You know, that Doctor Strange type shit? If you're in the Marvel Comics, that's what this is. This is where they get all of that shit from, man. Now you see where they get the word dinosaur. We in school, you know, they got that bitch-ass fucking purple motherfucker Barney. You know, I love you. You love me. You know, not knowing they got all this from the scriptures, man. Now, when you look in the Bible, I don't remember seeing the word dinosaur. I don't think they ever mentioned it, right? But here it is in here. See, that's why these lost books are so important, all right? But I know that was a lot to swallow. I hope y'all follow me. Explained the best I could, all right? He stopped time because of Nathan didn't pray right concerning Solomon, so to erase that man, 82 billion years had to pass to clear it up. And then once that passed, Solomon had to come and finish it out and fuck it up like he did. And then he split Israel from Judah, the southern kingdom. All right. So this story's not over. All right. So I want y'all to chew on this, soak it in. All right. And we'll begin at chapter 10 on the next go round. Right. Giving all praises to the Father of lights, through the throne of his servant and beloved King David. All praises to the Father Yahweh. I will see you on the next go round. This is your King and Shepherd KD, and I'm out. Shalom.